Welcome, y'all, to Shade and the City. It's your girl, Treese, here, and I'm here to give you your Beyond the Gates daily recap. This is episode 16, season one. So this is Monday's episode, St. Patty's Day. Okay. So if you guys have not already, please hit that like button. And if you're loving the recaps, please make sure you subscribe as well. Okay. We're gaining some traction here. I'm loving it. And y'all got me really thinking, considering and wanting to do a live every week. But yeah, so let's jump right into this episode and yeah, let's go beyond the gates and get shady. All right, so you know that we left off last episode. Andre tried to kiss Ashley, so she's scolding him, for obviously attempting to, and he blames it on his impulse control, and she tells him he needs to work on that. Okay, and she's like, I love Derek, and he's like, well, just act like it didn't happen. I'm so sorry. Please don't send Derek to whoop my ass, because that's what it was given, right? So she tells him, okay, I'm gonna move past it, but this can never happen again. So Andre apologizes. He leaves the hospital. We could tell, obviously, he's a little bit hurt that he was rejected. Then we see Derek roll up in a wheelchair, okay? And Ashley wills, and then we see her later on willing him out of the hospital because we learned that he's been discharged. And so he's obviously very happy about the news. So, again, very Ashley Derek heavy, okay? So then we see Eva. She is actually cleaning up after Kat's dinner because Kat didn't even clean up after herself. And although y'all know I am a big Kat fan, I'm looking at you sideways, sis. I understand that you are a little entitled, and I'm sure you may even have people that maids and things that come and clean up in the morning and whatever. But no, boo boo, you have a real good big age that you should, especially in your parents' house. You don't even live there, so the least you could do, put them in a dishwasher. Like, I don't know. I was, Cat. That's not cute. That's not cute. Nicole asked Eva to find a server from the banquet hall last night, named Sherry Carter. So obviously this piques Eva's interest because she noticed her crazy ex mama. Eva says that she'll call the club. And so then she asked Nicole if, like, did you have you met her before? And Nicole hesitates to tell her, and she's like, oh, we met a couple days prior. And so she was like, was that crazy lady on the roof? Is that what happened? And Nicole, being the professional that she is, she's like, I can't talk about it. And Ted walks in as Nicole is telling Eva that Sherry was also fired that night, and she wants to see basically if there's anything that she can do to help. And I'm just like, Nicole, learn to leave good enough alone. Okay, sis? Like, please. So then we see Danny wake up from her drunken slumber. Now, remember, she is inside Bill and Haley's new house. Um, Danny's trying to figure out how to replace the champagne. Or I'm sorry, it was wine that she drank. So remember, I was on the fence. I was like, I think it's wine, but I don't know if it's wine or champagne. It was wine. So she's trying to replace it. She makes a phone call and asks the person on the other end, which we end up learning is going to be Pamela, um, to help her fix this mess. And I honestly, y'all, I guess I know why, because why didn't I think my biggest concern would just be getting out of the house, right? And the way she was very laxy daisy with getting out of the house was really bothering my soul. Okay. But I get it. Danny thought they were in a whole nother country. She had all the time in the world. And I guess because me looking at it as a viewer, I'm like, why are you just so lackadaisy? I don't think I would have gave a damn about replacing that bottle. I would have took it with me. I would have took the picture and they could have printed out another one and framed it. Like, I wouldn't have gave a damn. And how would they have proof that you did it? Unless George come and say something. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you think. I think she spent too much time in that house. Pamela comes in to save the day. But first she wants to know why Danny's there. Danny explains that basically Bill drove her to this because of his press conference that he held, and making everything, about her. She wants Pamela to help her get everything back in order so Bill has no evidence against her. And so hopefully she ain't got to tell her mama that she done messed up again, because we know Anita Dupree ain't playing with her. Okay. So and so Pamela's like, well, I guess it's good that you disconnected the cameras. And so Danny decides to take a break at this point because she's not concerned about Bill and Haley walking through the door at any moment. And I get it. I'm trying to. I understand it's different viewer. Their act. I get it. Okay. So Bill's still promising Haley he's gonna make up for cutting the honeymoon short. We see them in the limo, still on their way home. Haley's complaining about the traffic and just look. I'm just ready to be home. And sometimes I ain't even gonna hold you. When I travel, I could have the best vacation in the world, but especially when I'm ready to get home back to my baby, I hate the ride home from the airport. I just hate it all. I hate it all. I just want to be home. So I absolutely understood where she was coming from. So Bill makes a call and lets Haley know that they're getting a police escort, and then they plan to get home by helicopter. So they'll be home sooner than expected. And again, in my mind, I'm still thinking Danny's in the house, but So then we see Tyrell and Samantha, which we know are the kids, the teenagers, the twins of I think they were supposed to be twins, but anyway, of Martin and Smitty. Okay. So Samantha wants Tyrell to tell his parents something, but he's not very open. And he won't let her speak on it either. So Martin can kind of sense that something's up. And so Smitty asks Tyrell what's going on. And Samantha interrupts and actually complains about the fact that she's the only 16-year-old in the DMV who can't date. And so Martin offers to let her, we'll let you, go to a movie and we can sit in the back and, sit behind you in another row, and we'll even buy the popcorn. And I was like, damn, y'all on her like that. But I get it. They basically just, they're all men, so they're like, we know how men think, and yeah, we're not cool with it, Samantha. You gotta wait a little bit longer. But Smitty actually agrees that he and Martin will discuss it a little further and actually consider it. So then they question Tyrell again before they go to dinner, and is like, look, what's going on with you? And Tyrell tells him that he's just having issues with calculus. And Martin just takes that as, oh yeah, that's great, and whatever. But Smitty knows that that's not true, and so it makes me wonder what the little boy is struggling with. Is he getting bullied, or is it? I don't know. I'm interested to know now. So then Ted is talking to Nicole, and he's like, why are you so interested in getting in touch with this missing server? So Eva comes out right on time and lets her know that the banquet manager has left for the day, and says that his assistant doesn't have the employee records, but he'll follow up. Okay. So Andre stops by to drop off the photos from the gala. And so Eva's like, well, you know what, I'll work late and go over your schedule for the next day, and wait around to see if I hear anything from the banquet manager. And I ain't even gonna hold you, I love the way I see Eva throwing a wrench in every little thing, every little plan that could help her mother out, or you know what I mean? I like that. I like that. But we all know that's gonna eventually make them to come to a head, right? So yeah, so basically Nicole is like, well, Andre, what's the real reason why you here? So she starts digging and doing her therapist thing. And finally Andre admits that it's Ashley. Nicole scolds him and tells him that Ashley, is off limits, basically. And Ashley has a right to be angry with him because he absolutely has two eyes and can see that her and Derek are in love. And so she's like, if you're here thinking that you're gonna get my permission, you got the wrong one. Okay. And so basically he's like, this is not my usual behavior, and I usually don't go after someone who's attached. And he's like, what's wrong with me? And so finally Nicole says, you need somebody to tell you to stay away from Ashley. Stay away from Ashley. Stay away from Ashley, Andre. That's what we all telling you, because we tired of seeing her. So can you stay away from her? And then maybe we'll see less of Derek too. Okay. And so and she tells him, look, there's plenty of ladies out here. And she tries to get him to stay for dinner, but he declines. So then we see, and we'll know why he declines later on. So Ashley takes Derek back to her apartment to recover. She tells him that things have been going well. They've been dating for 2 years now, and it's been going according to their plans. And she brings him back, to take care of him. Okay. And she lets him know that, you don't need to run into a burning building to prove your love to me. And I was like, okay, thanks, Ashley and Derek. Okay. So then we see Haley and Bill. They finally make it home. Bill notices the alarm has been disarmed. He then hears Haley scream. And Haley notices that their photo. What did she scream or did she say something? I didn't really know. But anyway, he notices that Haley notices, I'm sorry, that the photos of their photo had been moved from where she put it, and then there was a scratch on it as well. And she's like, "This is a new frame, and it's not cracked, so that don't make no sense." Bill offers to open their expensive wine and like, "Look, I think you tripping. Let's just relax." And then Haley also noticed that there's no inscription, and there was one on the bottle when they brought it home. So they both agree that it had to be Danny who broke in. And so Bill's like, "Look, you know what? I'm gonna handle it." And Haley's like, "No, I got this." And so, yeah. And then we actually cut back to Danny, who has made it back home safely, as we know, because they didn't catch her. And she thanked Pamela for getting her out of trouble. And Pamela tells her if Bill and Haley find out, basically leave her out of it. Okay. And so Danny assures her that, she will. So we see Haley. She goes by to let Danny know that her and Bill are back early. And Haley picks up an old frame photo of Danny and ends up breaking it. And Haley tells her that the craziness needs to end now. And if Danny knows what's good for her. Haley tells her she knows Danny was in their home and destroyed their space. She tells Danny she's obsessed with the new life her and Bill are creating and warns her to stay away. Basically, she's like, "Look, I've been patient with you, okay? I understand that I had a hand in the demise of your marriage, okay? However, I ain't gonna take this no more." She didn't really say that. I'm just saying that. But anyway, that's basically what she tell her. And she's like, "Look, I'm hitting my breaking point. So you keep playing with me if you want to. And I will file a restraining order against your crazy ass and have you in jail for real. Okay. And you won't get out this time." So Danny looks her straight in the face. Danny is such a G and tells her, "I don't got no idea what you're talking about." Straight face. You see my face? Is it believable? That's what Danny gave. Okay. So Haley tells her, "Don't try me again. Don't try me. Okay. Because you don't want to see what happened when you do." And I said, "Okay, Haley. Okay, girl. Okay. You tried. You tried. You're not there yet, but you tried." And then we obviously see Danny, and we know she's calling Andre, so she can have her little booty call. Okay. So then Ted tells Nicole that, obviously he wants to talk. Um, he tells her that he wants her to let helping this server go, and Nicole feels like she's in need of help and says there are no coincidences. And so Ted explains that's exactly why you need to stay away from her, because she came seeking you out. Um, and so basically, and he's like, she's fixated on you. You should be concerned. So he doesn't think that, Nicole should treat her. Eva is just sitting behind the door smiling at this whole thing. Ted think and so then Eva comes in and Ted, thanks her for staying late. And this is after Nicole agrees that, he's right, but he does apologize because he did get a little tone in his voice, and Nicole didn't like the fact that she felt like he was telling her what to do, but they made up. It's all good. And yeah, so Nicole is gone, and then Eva comes, and he thanks her for, basically being so good to Nicole. He tells her, "Don't worry about finding that crazy lady, because Nicole ain't doing that no more." And so she's like, "Oh, okay, that's what Nicole wants." And then we see the crazy lady, aka Leslie, aka Sherry Thomas, aka wasn't her name Dana at one point. We see her blowing the phone up, y'all. Um, so then Haley returns home to Bill full of confidence after reading Danny down. She tells Bill that he doesn't have to worry about Danny bothering them anymore. Not again. All right. And she lets them know that he would be proud of how she stood up for herself. And so Bill agrees that, it's time to move on from Danny and move forward. That's what they say, right? And so then we see Andre obviously stop by Danny's for a nightcap. And, both of their energies are kind of off, you can tell, but they still all over each other. But then when they talk about, or get into their day and, they both don't get into detail, but they can both tell it was rough. And at that point, I don't even think they had, did the nasty. They just sat on the couch and cuddled and held each other because they both needed a hug. So yeah. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed my recap of season 1, episode 16 of Beyond the Gates, the St. Patty's Day episode. So if you have not already, please, please, please make sure that you guys hit that like button and make sure that you guys comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, IG, Facebook, and Blue Sky. And y'all, I must mention, and I believe I forgot it right now. It's coming to me. I believe it's Nikki B, I believe it is. That was in the chat, in the Ready to Love chat. But I just wanted to say, I know today is her birthday. She is a St. Patty's Pisces. Y'all know I love my Pisces. So happy birthday to you, Nikki B. And yeah, I appreciate you and appreciate the support. Y'all have a good one. And yeah, have a good week. And make sure you check out our Real Housewives of Atlanta recap dropping soon. Got a Sip and Shade, Hot Topics dropping soon. Um, got 90 Day coming soon. So yeah, y'all just stay on the lookout, hit the notification bells, and yeah, I'll catch you tomorrow for another Beyond the Gates. Bye bye.